Before the full-scale invasion, Alabuga Polytech was an ordinary educational institution. After February 24, 2022, the leadership decided to take on the patriotic education of students through force, the authors of the investigation claim.
Then the state decided that it was time to fight. For this we need young, healthy men. And for this, including in Alabuga, they began to take them to the war. Alabuga tried to cope with this, at first hiring people so that it would be easy to send someone to the draft board. But this did not help either. Then they decided to just take some kind of defense order in order to justify why they didn't need to take people away from them. And from this defense order, in order to protect their employees, the path to the abyss began.
For example, all students were required to play paintball. They cannot refuse because the leadership of the Polytechnic University is convinced that this is how they can instill a team spirit and identify the weak. Everything would be fine, but the fight ends with the physical punishment of the losers. The most common is shooting.
There, they were sometimes severely punished. When your team lost, then they could just shoot them with the same balls. Actually, it hurts a lot, especially for those who have sensitive skin, and bruises do not go away for a long time. I had them for a week. Nastya, student of a college Alabuga Polytechnic, in an interview with Protocol.
Another punishment for the losers is digging trenches. The students complained to their parents. Some wrote complaints to the local prosecutor's office. No results, and the management of Polytech went further. First and second year students, and these are minors, began to involve in the assembly of drones using Iranian technology.
We set a bigger and bigger plan for the number of drones produced. Therefore, gradually the load increased to 12 hours a day. At first it wasn't that they were all forced. They didn't have to be forced. They pay good money. They officially conclude an employment contract, and many of them perceived this as a way to earn money. But gradually it began to turn into what it eventually turned into. A 12-hour working day. There is practically no time left to study.
According to military experts, in such conditions it is not necessary to talk about the high quality of the UAV.
We can say that unskilled labor is used, mostly forced laborers, and these are students. Well, we read in the Russian media where they are threatened. If you do not work in production, you are instantly expelled from a college, university, no matter what. And they will put pressure on you through your parents. That is, there are not enough people, and we are talking about unskilled people who will collect something, lace something, tie something, solder somewhere. That is unskilled labor, and most likely, as a third option, Russian money will be laundered in this production.
It is not so easy to leave Alabuga Polytechnic College. If the student is expelled or he takes the document himself, then the young man must pay money to the college. For example, lawyers and economists, in case of expulsion from the first year, pay 420,000 rubles. The employment contract, which is signed upon admission, is tripartite. Alabuga Polytech, the student himself and his parents. That is, if the student does not pay the college a penalty, then his relatives will pay for him. Reported by Roman Smoler, Larisa Zubenko, UATV News.